Hi friends, I am Uday Kandpal and I welcome you back to yet another lecture on NCERT Class 6 History Chapter 9 with fact elaboration. The chapter name is Traders, Kings and Pilgrims. So let's start. The new kingdoms along the coast. The southern half of the subcontinent is marked by a coastline and with the hills and plateaus and river valleys. Among the river valleys, that of the Kaveri is most fertile. Chiefs and kings who controlled the river valleys and the coast became rich and powerful. Sangam poems mention the Movendar. This is a Tamil word meaning three chiefs for the three ruling families known as the Cholas, Cheras and Pandavas 2300 years ago. Each of the three chiefs had two centers of power, one inland and one on the coast. Of the six cities, two were very powerful: Puhar, Kaviripatnam, and Madurai. So the Kaviripatnam or Puhar was the port of Cholas, and the Madurai was the capital of Pandyas. The chief did not collect regular taxes; they demanded and received the gifts from the people. They also went on military expeditions and collected tributes from neighboring areas. Around 200 years later, a dynasty known as Satavahanas became powerful in western India. The Satavahanas. The Satavahanas, also referred to as the Andhras in the Puranas, were the ancient Indian dynasty based in the Deccan region. Most modern scholars believe that the Satavahanas rule began in the late 2nd century BC and lasted till the early 3rd century CE, although some assign the beginning of their rule to as early as 3rd century BC based on the Puranas, but uncorroborated by archaeological evidence. The Satvahana kingdom mainly comprised the present-day Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra. At different times, their rule extended to the parts of modern-day Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Karnataka. The dynasty had different capital cities at different times, including Pratishthan, the Paitan, Amravati, the Dharnikota. The coinage of the Satavahanas provenance, the coin of the Satavahanas was excavated from the Deccan, Western India, Vidarbha, Western and Eastern Ghats, etc. Majority of the coins bear the names Satkarni and Pulumavi. Though they belong to different period, the names are commonly used by the kings belonging to the Satvahana dynasty. Metallurgy: the Satvahana coins are made up of copper, silver, lead, and platin in the uh, different shapes such as round, square, rectangular. Silver coins were commonly seen after the Gautami Putra Satkarni, majority of which depict the portrait of the kings. Script legend: the coinage shows the difference in the execution, typology, and aesthetics as well as the paleography with the passage of time. And commonly found legends on the coin are in Brahmi script and the Sanskrit languages. However, the coins which have portraits of the kings have Prakrit and Telugu legends. Symbols and motifs: Satvahana coins carry symbols, motifs, portraits, and legends. See, portraits have the legends have a direct significance, where as the symbols and motifs are ambiguous in nature and may convey the different meanings. However, they feature two important characteristics. They depict symbols and motifs during the earlier time in that particular territory. Example: coins of the Satkarni issued in the Vidisha region bear the symbols of the Panchmark coins available from that region, and the symbols have particular religious meaning to them. So the Satvahana king list is Simukh before 100 BC, Kanha from 100 to 70 BC, Satkarni 170 to 60 BC, Satkarni 250 to 25 BC, Shatrap in Trigonum with vessels, Satvahana kings like Hala, Nahapan 54 to 100 CE, Gautami Putra Satkarni 86 to 110 CE, Pulumavi from 110 to 138 CE, Vasishti Putra Satkarni 138 to 145 CE, Shiv Shri Pulamavi 145 to 152 CE, Shiv Skanda Satkarni 145 152 CE, Yajna Shri Satkarni 152 to 181 CE, Vijay Satkarni. Regional rulers of the southeastern Deccan are the Chandra Shri Pulamavi II, Abhira Ivasena, Madhari Putra, Sagasena, Hariti Putra Satkarni. The Cholas. The Chola dynasty was a Tamil thalassocratic empire of the southern India and one of the longest ruling dynasties in the world history. The earliest database references to the Chola are in the inscriptions from 3rd BCE, led by Ashoka of the modern empire, Ashoka Major Edict number 13, as one of the three crown kings of the Tamilakam, along with the Cheras and the Pandyas. The dynasty continued to govern over the varying territory until the 13th century CE. Despite these ancient origins, a period when it is appropriate to speak the Chola empires only begin with the medieval Cholas in the mid-9th century CE. The heartland of the Cholas was the fertile valley of the Kaveri River, but they ruled a significantly larger area at the height of their power from the latter half of the 9th century till the beginning of the 13th century. The whole country south of the Tungabhadra was united and held as one state for a period of 3 centuries and more between 907 to 1215 AD. Early Cholas 300 BC to 848 CE, Ellalan. So the kings of Cholas are the early Cholas, the medieval Cholas, the imperial Cholas, the later Cholas in the 16th century. So the early Cholas are the from 300 BC to 848 CE, the Ellalan, Kulakottan, Illamasetteseni, Karikalan, Nedukkali, Nalankali, Kilivallavan, Koperacholan, Kocheganan, Perunar, Killi. The medieval Cholas are Vijay from 850 to 985 CE, Vijayalai Chola 850 to 870, Aditya Chola 1 870 907, Parantak Chola 1 907 to 950, Gandharaditya Chola 950 to 957, Ranirajya Chola 956 to 957, Sundar Chola 957 to 970, Uttam Chola 970 to 985. So Vijay Chola, Aditya Chola 1, Parantak Chola 1, Gandharaditya Chola, Arinjay Chola, and Sundara Chola and Uttama Chola. Then came the Imperial Cholas from 985 CE to 1070 CE, the Rajat Chola 1, 985 to 1014, Rajendra Chola 1, 1012 to 1044, Rajadhiraj Chola 1018 to 1054, Rajendra Chola 2, 1051 to 1063, Virajendra Chola from 1063 to 1070, Adhirajendra Chola from 1067 to 1070. So the Imperial Cholas were Rajaraja Chola 1, Rajendra Chola 1, Radhadhiraj Chola, Rajendra Chola 2, Virajendra Chola 1, or Virajendra Chola and Athirajendra Chola. Then the later Cholas were the 1072 to 1279 AD, 1070 to 1279 AD, Kothulanga Chola 1, 1070 to 1120, Vikrama Chola 1118 to 1135, Koluthanga Chola 1, 1133 to 1150, Rajaraja Chola 2, 1046 to 1173, Adhadraj Chola 2 from 1166 to 1178, Koluthanga Chola 3 to 1178 to 1218, Rajaraja Chola 3 from 1218 to 1246, and Rajendra Chola 3 1246 to 1280. So it was Kulathanga. Later Cholas included Kolatunga Chola 1, Vikram Chola, Kolatunga Chola 2, Rajaraja Chola 2, Rajadhiraj Chola 2, Kolatunga Chola 3, Rajaraj Chola 3, Rajendra Chola 3. 16th century, the Veer Shekhar Chola, early 16th century opponent of the Nagam Nayak. Then the Cheras dynasty or the Chera was one of the principal lineages of the early history to present day states of Kerala and some parts of Tamil Nadu in southern India. Together with the Cholas of Hurayur and the Pandyas of the Madurai, the early Cheras were known as one of the three major powers moventer of the ancient Tamil macro region in the South India in the early centuries of the Common Era. The Chera country was geographically well placed to profit and maritime trade via the extensive Indian Ocean networks, exchange of spices, especially black pepper, with the Middle Eastern and the Graeco-Roman or the Greco-Roman merchants were attested into several sources. The Cheras of the early history period, 2nd century BC and 3rd century CE, are known to have their origin center at the Karur in the interior Tamil Nadu and the harbors of Mochiri, Mujiris and Tondi Tindis on the Indian Ocean coast of Kerala. The Chera county was geographically well placed to profit from maritime trade via the extensive Indian Ocean networks, exchange of spices, especially black pepper, with the Middle Eastern and the Greco-Roman merchants are tested in several sources. The Cheras kingdom were the early Cheras from inscriptions from inscribed coins, Kongu Cheras and Kodungalur Cheras, Venadu Cheras. So the early Cheras were the Utyan Chera Athan, Nedum Cheral Athan, Palyani Sel Kutuvan, Narbudi Cheral, Velgelu Kutuvan, Alukottu Pattu Chera Athan, Selva Kadumuko Valya Athan, Anthuvan Cheral, Perul Cheral Arampurai, Illam Cheral Arampurai, Mantaran Cheral Arampurai, Kannakai Arampurai, from inscriptions Koathan Cherai Arampurai, Peram Kadungo Arampurai, Illam Kadungo Arampurai, Kadummi Pudha Chera, from inscribed coins Makkottai, Kuttuvan Kottai, Kottipurai, Kollipurai, Kol Arampurai, Sairampurai, then Kongu Cheras or Kelas, Ravi Kotha Kanthan, Ravi, Veera Kotha, Veera Narayana, Veera Chola, Veera Kerala, Amara Bhujanga Deva, Kerala Kesari, Adhiraj Dev. Kodungalar Cheras or the Perumals, formerly Kulashekharas, Ramaraj Shekhara, 800 to 844 CE, Cheraman, Perumal Nayanar, Sthanu Ravi Kulashekara from 844 to 883 CE, Kulashekar Alvar, Kulashekar Verma, Kotha Ravi Vijay Rag 883 to 913, Kotha Kotha Keral Kesari 913 to 943 CE, Indu Kotha 943 to 962 CE, Bhaskara Ravi Manu Koladitya 962 to 1021, Ravi Kotha Rajasimha from 1021 to 1036 CE, Raja Raja from 1036 to 1089 CE, Ravi Verma Rajitya 1036 to 1089 CE, Aditya Kotha Ranaditya from 1036 to 1089 CE, Ramakul Sekra from 1089 to 1122 CE. Then came the Venadu Cheras of the Kul Shekras, Ramakul Shekra 1090 to 1102, Kotha Varma Mathandam from 1102 to 1125, Veer Kerala Varma from 1125 to 1145, Kodai Kerala Varma from 1145 to 1150, Veer Ravi Varma from 1145 to 1150, Veer Kerala Varma from 1164 to 1167, Veer Aditya Varma from 1167 to 1173, Veer Uday Martanda Varma from 1173 to 1192, Devadaram Veera Kerala Varman Verma III from 1192 to 1195, Veeramanikanta Rama Verma Tiruvadi from 1195 to unknown, Veera Rama Kerala Rama Tiruvadi from 1209 to 1214, Veera Ravi Keral Verma Tiruvadi from 1214 to 1240, Veera Padmanabha Martanda Verma Tiruvadi from 1240 to 1252. Then were Ravi Verma 1299 to 1313, Veer Uday Martand Verma from 1313 to 1333, Aditya Verma Tiruvadi from 1333 to 1335, Veer Rama Udaya Martanda Verma Tiruvadi from 1335 to 1342, Veer Keral Verma Tiruvadi from 1342 to 1363, Veer Martanda Verma III from 1363 to 1366, Veer Ram Martanda Verma from 1366 to 1382, Veer Ravi Verma from 1383 to 1416, Veer Ravi Verma from 1416 to 1417, Veer Keral Martanda Verma from 1383, Chera Udaya Martanda Verma from 1383 to 1444, Veer Ravi Verma from 1444 to 1458, Shankar Sri Verma Ram Martanda Verma from 1458 to 1468, Veer Kodai Sri Aditya Verma from 1468 to 1484, Veer Ravi Verma from 1484 to 1503, Martanda Verma Kulshekar Perumal from 1503 to 1504, Veer Ravi Keral Verma Kulshekar Perumal from 1504 to 1528. Then came the Pandyas. The Pandya also now, no, then came the Pandyas means that there were also Pandyas along with the Cholas and Cheras. They were not in chronological order, right? They were parallelly there. The Pandya kingdom, also known as the Pandyas of Madurai, was a dynasty of South India. One of these three, ethically three Tamil lineages, the other two being the Chola and the Chera. The rulers of the three dynasties are referred to as the three crown rulers or the Muvantar of the Tamil country. The Pandyas ruled extensive territories at the times of including the large portions of the present-day South India and Sri Lanka, though collateral branches subject to Madurai. Madurai was the capital of Pandya kingdom. Pandya was also mentioned in the inscriptions of Maurya Emperor Ashok, 3rd century BC. In his inscriptions, 2nd and the 13 major rock edict, Ashoka refers to the people of South India as the Choddas, the Keralputras, the Pandyas, and the Satyaputras. During the history of the Pandyas were repeatedly in conflict with the Pallav, Cholas, Hoysalas, Cheras. According to the tradition, the legendary Sangam's academies were one in Madurai under the patronage of Pandyas, and some of the Pandya rulers claimed to be poets themselves. The Pandya country was home to a number of renowned temples, including the Meenakshi temple in Madurai. After the revival of the Pandya power by the Kadungao, the Shaivite Nayanars and the Vaishnavite Alvars rose to the prominence. Early Pandyas, Kun Pandya, Nedun Jelian, the Arya Padai Kadant, Puda Pandya, Palyagasalai, Mudukudomi, Perul Valudi, Nedun Jelian, 2, Nan Maran, Nedunj Chelian 3, the Talaya Galantu Suravendra, Maran Valudi, then Kalatan Valuti, then Musiri Mutri Chelian, then Ukira Peru Valudi. Then South Indian kingdoms map, there is Mahamegh Vahan Empire, the Chola Empire, the Pandya Empire, the Chera Empire, the Pujinadu, the Kongu, the Satvana Empire, and the Sri Lanka, the Runas. So this is the map. Then the spread of Buddhism. Famous Kushan rulers were the Kanishk who ruled 1900 years ago. He organized the Buddhist council where the scholars met and discussed the important matters. Ashok Ghosh, a poet who composed the biography of the Buddha, called as Buddha Charit. A new form of Buddhism now developed, known as the Mahayana Buddhism. Many statues of Buddha were made. Many of these were made in Mathura and some of these were made in Takshila. The second change was the belief of Bodhisattvas. They were persons who attained the enlightenment. The worship of Bodhisattva became very popular and the spread throughout the Central Asia, China, and later to Korea and Japan. Buddhism also spread to the eastern and the southern India. Buddhism also spread in Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia. Earlier, Theravada Buddhism was popular here. The Silk Route or the Road. The Silk Road was a network of trade routes which connected the East and the West and was central to the economic, cultural, political, and religious interactions between these regions. From the 2nd century BC to the 18th century, the Silk Road primarily refers to the land routes connecting the East Asia and Southeast Asia with the South Asia, Persia, Arabian Peninsula, East Africa, and Southern Europe. Silk Route sites in India are the sites that were important for trade in the Silk Route. There are 12 such places in India. These are spread across the 7 states in India: Bihar, Jammu and Kashmir, Maharashtra, Puducherry, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh. These sites are on tentative list of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. The best known rulers who controlled the Silk Routes were the Kushanas, who ruled over the Central Asia and Northwest India. Kushanas were among the earliest rulers who issued gold coins. So the point to be noted is Kushanas were among earliest rulers who issued gold coins. Naturally, copper and silver coins were in use, in vogue. The pilgrims who came to India, the best known are the Chinese Buddhist pilgrims. Fa Xian came about 1600 years ago. Xuan Zhuang came about 1400 years ago. Ai Qing came after 50 years of Xuan Zhuang. Each of these pilgrims left an account of their journey. Xuan Zhuang, who took land route back to China, carried with him the statues of Buddha made of gold, silver, and sandalwood, and over 600 manuscripts loaded on the back of 20 horses. Over the 50 of them were lost while he was crossing the river Indus. Important features in this chapter match the following: Movendar, Cholas, Cheras, and Pandyas. Lord of the Dakshin Path were called the Satvahana rulers. Ashwaghosh was Buddhacharit. Bodhisattva was Mahayana Buddhism. And Shuang Zhuang was Chinese pilgrim. So this is a map showing the location of Silk Road sites in India. The Harvan, Shangoi, Indraprastha, Ahichatra, Sravasti, Kushinagar, Vaishali, Kaushambi, Vikramshila University, Nala Sopara, Stupa, and the Kaveri Patnam and Arikamedu. So you can easily see all the location of the Silk Road sites in India. Here, upper part was the Kushanas, and the lower part was probably the Cholas, Cheras, and Pandavas, especially the Cholas who were. You can see the map. It was Cholas and Pandyas probably there in the in the eastern coast, in the southeastern coast. In fact, in the southern India, near Sri Lanka. So beginning of Bhakti. This time, Bhakti of various gods like Shiva, Vishnu, and goddess Durga started to begin. These deities were worshipped through bhakti, an idea that became very popular at this time. Bhakti is generally understood as a person's devotion to his or her chosen deity. The idea of bhakti is present in Bhagavad Gita, which is said to have spoken by God Krishna. People started making beautiful statues of the deities and installed them in the special homes, which we now known as temples. So, hope you liked my lecture and hope you learned a lot about the competitive exams from this lecture. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.